Welcome to episode 137 of Anime and Us. I'm TJ.
And I'm Shawn.
And this is the review show that reviews anime from A to Z. Sort of.
So on the last regular episode of Anime and Us, we spun the wheel for category L and got a lull in the C.
No, we did not. We sped for category N.
N? Did we?
Yeah, we're on O. We're going in. And even if it was the English one, it would be A, not L.
Well, sure, but like a lot of times the gets dropped off when you're doing alphabetical order.
Yeah, but
A sometimes does.
I don't think A does.
For sure it does. It depends on
doesn't
who's
matter.
doing the
The
alphabetical
main
order.
title is Nagi-Asu.
That's fair. Anyway, it's a 2013 Japanese anime television series animated by PA Works. Now, the manga, it seems like there was a short run of the manga from 2013 of September to 2014. It doesn't say when it ends in 2014. Because alongside of that, in April 2013, there was a manga that continued until 2016. And the anime came out in 2013 of October 3rd. So it seems like they all kind of came out around the same time. And the anime 100% finished first. Well, I mean middle, because I guess the short manga would finish first. But still, it finished before the longer running of the manga, which would have been the whole anime.
I'm actually curious to see if the manga and the anime are anything alike.
I'm curious too, but we're not going to find out.
Well, no, we're not going to look that up.
You can look it up when the episode.
Nope, not going to do it.
Yeah, you're going to do it.
Nope, not going to bother.
All right.
So before we get into this, the
first two episodes,
when we watched this, the first two episodes,
it was like nails on a chalkboard.
It was so bad. But we got into an argument about whether or not this was a slice of life. Because I didn't think it was.
I still think it was, but it wasn't. It's the typical slice of life.
Oh, I'm agreeing with you. It absolutely turned out to be a slice of life. But in that, I was like, you don't know what this could be. This could be an apocalyptic anime for all you know.
Kind of was.
I was just messing around, and it kind of turned. I was like, when the apocalypse started to happen, I was like, what? So premise,
we both got it. Premise, essentially mermaids. But not with the fishtail, just people underwater.
Yeah, they can just breathe underwater.
Well, they breathe because they have, like, this film called Enna.
Yeah.
I'm not going to remember most of their names, but I'm going to remember that for some reason, because they say Enna all the time. Essentially, it lets them breathe through their skin, I guess.
Yeah, I guess. Anyway.
And so there's people that live in the sea, and a long time ago, some of them went to the surface, and they lost their Enna, so they can't go breathing underwater anymore. And that's us. We're those people.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, there's, like, 7 or 11 colonies, like little towns of them all around Japan. They say it in like a one-liner.
Yeah, I wonder if there's actually more in the rest of the world.
They don't say. Yeah. I was wondering the same thing.
Yeah.
It would be weird for them not to be.
Yeah, I know. It's just strange.
And so essentially it's just a love story. Slice of life. There's a time skip, sort of.
It's a love story. It's more about unrequited love more than anything
Until
else.
the end, and then it all kind of works out for everybody.
Yeah, kind of. But they don't actually end up with the people they want to end up with.
Well, some of them do.
Some of them do. Sure.
Half of them do. I think that's
do.
fair to say. But, maybe slightly more than half, because the two end up together. The main girl and the...
Only the main girl and the main guy.
Everyone else is unrequited, and then they meet up with someone else.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a bit odd.
But yeah, it's really about unrequited love and triangles and, like, dealing with crushes and stuff like that.
Yes. And then there's the weird, well, we'll get to it eventually, but then there's this weird, mature tone of one of them grew up for 5 years, and some of them didn't. So, are you still allowed to love the person when you're 19 and they're 14?
But there's still, like, time froze for them, but not for you?
For their body and their mind?
Yeah, it's a weird
I guess you can wait till they're 18.
I mean, I guess.
But that's kind of grooming. I'll wait till you're 18 and then I can you. That's grooming.
But you say that, but they don't really go down that road.
They don't, but I'm saying what if, because the question gets brought up, it just never gets explored.
But it's kind of explored on both ends, because the one girl liked the one guy who was younger, but then the young guy who liked her, now she's older.
Yes.
So they kind of...
It did get explored. Well, the question was proposed on both ends. It just never...
Yeah, it wasn't like delved into because there was already set
They made it to where the people that were older got together and the people that were younger got together.
Which made sense.
And then the people that were younger grew up and got together with the people that were medium... I can't... Christ.
It's definitely just a bunch of romantic love stories with a strange apocalyptic vibe to it.
Yeah, which would have happened anyway, but I think they actually fixed it at the end. So
no,
like,
it wouldn't have happened anyway.
so even with the girl under, you're not going to understand any of this. Just go watch it. If you want to watch a slice of life that's, got romance in it. If not, don't watch it because you'll hate it. Anyway, so when the one girl was asleep in the hand, the first girl that was asleep in the hand, the scale guy said it's still happening, even with her there. Even if you take her out, it's still it's the end of the world's still going to happen. It's just going to happen after you're alive, after your kids are alive, after they're alive. Like, no, it'll still happen. It's just going to be a long ways from now.
What I took from it was that it was still going to happen from now if the girl had it, and the girl being there is what stopped it.
I think it was going to happen anyway because the snow was still falling.
No, but it wasn't. It stopped until she got removed from the hand.
Pretty sure. I thought it was still going to happen.
No, it wasn't. It was just quelled because there was a new sacrifice. That's why it started snowing and stuff anyway, because the humans stopped sacrificing. Mm-hmm. Because there's a sea god in this world for some reason.
He's a cunt.
Yeah, he's not a very good god. Let's just say that.
Anyway.
So I guess my first question is, did you like this?
I hated it until episode 12, and then it was okay.
Because I found myself...
I can't say I liked it.
I kind of did.
I can't say I liked it. It redeemed itself enough for me to not give it a shitty rating.
Right, yes. I mean, I don't know. I found myself wanting to finish it by the end.
Well, I found myself wanting to figure out who's going to pair up with who for whatever reason. Yeah. And then when I found out, I'm like, oh, okay. Now I know.
But I was also curious about what the whole apocalypse thing was happening in.
Yeah, they could have gotten to that a little more, considering how slowly paced 99% of the show is.
The first, I want to say 6 episodes were really bad.
Just slowly paced. And the first couple episodes, not just the first 2, the main guy...
Oh, I hate the main guy.
Was just the obnoxious Japanese anime.
He was
I'm gonna yell and punch and get what I want.
He was an aggressive douche. And you know what? He didn't change. I don't care. They tried to...
He changed a little. I mean, that's still in him, but he did change a bit.
Right. But he did grow and come to... And certain things. There was character growth for him.
The main issue is that it take the first, 18 episodes or something like that is a couple weeks, and then the last 9 episodes is 4 days.
That's true too.
So when they wake up because they go into hibernation, that's the time skip. It's 4 days till the end, or something along those lines until the end of the show. Well, so there's no real character growth for him from there to there.
Yeah, but he is just an aggressive douche throughout the entire thing, and he didn't deserve to be with anybody. I don't care.
That's fair.
But so the first half of the show is them trying to merge the two worlds together, essentially, the kids, because for some reason they don't have a school underwater.
They definitely had a school.
But they closed.
Said because the one girl in the very first episode, they closed.
Yeah.
Was wearing her old school uniform, and that's one of the things he blew up about. You gotta wear the proper school uniform.
Well, no. They're all wearing the old one. She was wearing the new one.
Oh, whatever it was.
And, yeah, because she didn't want to stand out.
Yeah, so I'm assuming it closed down because there wasn't enough kids, because these are the only kids you meet.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense either, though. But
I think a lot of them are coming to the surface, or they're just not having kids. So these are the only kids. So why would you keep your school open if there's 4 kids?
It seemed like there was a lot of people in that city, though.
Yeah, but if they're not having children, and half of them are moving up, half the children that grew up already are moving up to the surface.
I guess. I don't know. It just felt weird that they didn't have a system in place where they could, have their own school underwater and stuff like that.
Yeah, maybe the one teacher died on top of the other issues.
No, it was just it was just an excuse to get them on the surface, so they could just have them trying to mix with because then, both sides are racist towards each other, essentially.
Yes,
and then the kids realize that we're all the same, and then they try to get Then they try to get both sides to work to each other.
And that was for the main character. It was like flipping a light switch on him. It was immediate. He hated the Earthlings, the top people,
sea dwellers. Yeah,
whatever.
The people above. I think they called them
land people
or cows or something.
Whatever they call them. Because he hated them, and then immediately he's like, "Nope, they're cool."
Yeah, and you know what I didn't like about it, they weren't having this ceremony apparently on the surface because why they were having an argument with the underwater city. But instead of the kids taking it upon themselves, they're going to do it, and then everybody switches on a dime as soon as they realize, apocalypse.
Well, I mean, I would.
Yeah, I know, I get that, but they weren't going to do it otherwise.
I wouldn't either.
Yeah,
they're sea god. I'm not in the sea. You took my breathing shit away from me. I'm you.
But
I'm not going to worship you.
But both sides just seem so petty.
Yes. Especially in my opinion, the sea people. You see a lot of their pettiness.
Mm-hmm. And especially the sea god himself. He's real petty. Like, you need to sacrifice a girl to him or else we're destroying the world.
Because he was in love with someone who left him.
Yeah. Oh, stupid.
You're such a shitty god. Gods are supposed to be omnipotent.
Right. But, we follow this male character throughout the whole thing. The first half of this movie. And then everyone goes into hibernation because of
the calamity's coming sooner or later. Apparently, hundreds of years from now.
Yeah. So everyone goes to sleep, except one of the girls from the sea gets trapped on the surface. And she lives on the surface for 5 years. And she kind of becomes the main character.
For a few episodes, for sure.
Yeah, and
she also grew some big-ass titties.
Whatever. She did, but, mature and stuff. But I found that the most interesting. I found her character arc the most interesting because she's the only one from that place that wasn't stand still. She's got to deal with the fact that
and that was her thing before. She's like, I don't want to change.
Right. She's got to change. And, now all of her friends are still 14 and she's 19 going to college.
The guy she likes is now 14.
Yeah.
And she's 19.
There's a lot of
she ends up getting with the one human that obviously grew because he's not a person from the sea, and they fell in love together.
Yeah,
but there was a moment where he was hugging her, saying "I love you," and no one else is paired up yet, and she's like, "I can't be the only one that's happy." Like,
right?
Character development.
So here's my theory on this show. I think they wrote themselves into a corner because they wrote the main character is clearly supposed to end up with the main girl character, mm-hmm. who gets put into sleep and is sacrificed and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But then they wrote, the Little Mermaid story where she's pulled out by the human up top, and then it looks like they're going for that way. And they're like, now what do? We got this triangle, and we can't really resolve it.
And they, at a certain point, they're also like, there are so many people here, we have to get them all paired up, but it's an odd number. So there's this blonde girl that just kind of gets thrown in there to fall in love with the one blonde guy.
Not only that, before they go to sleep, she's like, what, 7, 8? No, 10?
Well, it was 5 years, so she was 9.
So she was 9 when they went to sleep. So after they wake up, she's now 14, and the younger girls who are now the same age as those people, so now they're having love, that's weird too.
That's weird. But they did it fairly well, so like neither of the boys that were into the two girls that were 9, now 14, didn't really notice them as girls.
Right.
Until the one blonde girl confessed to the one blonde boy, and he was like, oh, okay, well, I'm not getting with Big Titty Chisaki anymore. Yeah. Because she's an adult and she's into someone else. So I'll start looking at you as a woman now.
Yes.
They did it tastefully.
Yeah, I didn't say it was... And the show wasn't creepy by any means.
And there's a slight bit of nudity, sort of, in it. Where
Slightly.
Like this whole Sailor Moon transformation thing, you don't really see anything, but it's all like the human figure.
Right. So, yeah, I like the fact that it didn't... I like that it asked the questions, that it posed the questions, but
it didn't necessarily answer them.
Didn't need to answer, like, all the weird age stuff and stuff, but it's neat that the questions are there, mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because I think it would be weird to explore the relationships from...
It would be a bit weird. It's just... And I'm fine with the ending the way it is. The only thing with anime is, and romance is, 99% of the time, you never actually get to the romance.
Yeah.
It's just up to the point where they confess or they say they're together and then the show's over.
Right.
Or, like with SAO, they just don't continue that plot line anymore. They're just together now in the background. You know they're together. It's like, if you're going to give me a romance, give me the romance.
I will say this, though. This show is way too long.
Oh my god, 26 episodes.
There is no reason the show needs to be 26 episodes. This show should have ended on 2 different occasions.
You know what's really funny, though? It's so slow and slowly paced, but at the same time, the last episode and a half is when all the pairings happened.
Yeah.
And it's like, you just, like, oh shit, we're out of time. Get together.
Right, because they focus so much on the whole unrequited love angle. Like, everybody's pining for everybody else, but everyone else is, like, pining for somebody else. So it's like,
I'll tell you what, though, if I had to watch more than one of these, it would get boring and tiring very fast. But one's okay.
What do you mean by more than one of these?
So, like, an anime like this, where it's slowly paced, and it's a bunch of different love triangles and shit. If I had to watch another anime like this, it would get really bad. Really
if we recover these every week, yeah,
yes. Like if we spun this wheel for and got another one like this, that would be hard.
It's. But one's not bad because it's
fairly different.
Like it's hard to mess up a slice of life because you have to write.
Yes.
So even though we're not particularly interested in maybe the romance angle, but they did have to write several different relationships and make them complex and interesting. Like you said,
sort of.
Yeah, but you still wanted to know.
I was like a.
You were invested,
sort of.
Yeah, but still, that's more than what you.
Like if I wasn't reviewing it, I would have just went to the Reddit and be like, "All right, what happens?"
Yeah, but that was it was enough to get you interested in it, whereas many other anime do not.
That's fair. That's right. Which is why it's not going to get a 2 or a 3 because of how jarring the first few episodes were.
Right. No, but I don't know. I actually kind of liked it towards the end because I
didn't hate it toward the end
because I actually wanted to watch the episodes to find out what was happening, and I kind of liked the apocalyptic spin, even though it made no sense.
I don't want to give it a 5 because I feel like a 5's in the middle of the road, but like I feel like a 4 says it's bad.
Yeah.
So like it's a 5, but I guess it's a 5 for romances. Just not those first few episodes are rough.
I think overall it's a 5. I think it does some things well and some things very poorly.
Yeah, that's fine. That works.
So
what else do we have for N apparently?
So Ninja Hattori.
Oh, last.
Ninja Resurrection.
I don't remember that one. You don't remember it either. Well, it's not last.
I want to say it's Japanese Jesus. No, wait. It was the one with the dragons.
Yes, I remember.
Yeah, it was that one. So it wasn't Japanese Jesus. It was the one with the dragons. Yeah.
Tori Resurrection.
I know what the one is, but I'm trying to remember the other one. Nadia of the Blue Water.
Oof, that's rough.
That was another long one too. That was
Nadia is right above Ninja Hattori gun.
And New Fist of the North Star.
Oh my god! Well, this apparently.
Yeah, it's definitely this one. I was surprised too when I went through the list.
Maybe New Fist, then Dragon thing.
Yeah. See, here's the hard thing. If Nadia wasn't so long, I think the idea...
Nadia, then Hattori. I'm going to forget if I didn't say it. Sorry.
If Nadia wasn't so long, I think it would be higher on the list because of the Nazis and stuff. Yeah.
I can't believe this is number 1.
Yeah, that's
a tough one. That's a shitty category.
It's a slice of life,
Yeah, but that's a shitty category to go up against.
It is, but we didn't get...
It's kind of like losing to Trump.
But, it's got like Naruto and stuff in it. We just didn't get anything good. That's the problem with it. We just got really bad spins in. But yeah, so I kind of agree. I don't know. I didn't like New Fist of the North Star. I'd probably do Ninja Resurrection only because it was 2 episodes.
Oh, yeah. I'm switching that. Alright, guys. You ready to spin?
Yeah, let's spin.
Spin for category O. Not a lot, no. Especially not after we did everything. Oh.
Stop.
Edo or Edo.
I was hoping we were going to get the other one that was close.
Yeah, Occult 9.
Yeah.
That would have been nice.
This one's Edo. I think this one's super, super long. Oh, God.
It looks like it. 26 episodes. Action, comedy, drama, romance, science fiction. No.
We're going to have to take another 2 weeks. There's going to be another Lupin movie next week.
Well, you know what? That works because next week, Elden Ring comes out. Oh. And we normally record close to midnight on Thursdays. Well, Thursday night it comes out and I'm playing.
Alright, whatever.
Plot summary. In Edo. During the mid-1800s, fireworks maker Tamaya and his friends struggle to live under the harsh frugality laws imposed by the strict city magistrate, which ban all luxuries, including fireworks. Apparently fireworks is a luxury. One day, a strange girl stops by Tamaya's shop with an equally strange request. She wants Tamaya to build a firework that can reach the moon.
This is gonna be a long
keyboard. No, it's an abacus.
Whatever.
It's gonna have a lot of comedy in it. Just look at the artwork.
Well, it says comedy right there. Action, comedy, drama, romance, and whatever else is science fiction.
Son of a bitch.
It actually looks like it's gonna be more along of a kid anime.
Yes.
So
I'm sure the romance is just him sort of liking a character.
So maybe it's not a harem, hopefully.
I don't think so. No, I don't think there's enough girls there.
I don't know. We'll see.
It's because like the box art seems to have every single character in the show.
That's true. Maybe it'll surprise us.
I doubt it. See you guys.
So the anime we just spun for, we couldn't really find that well. The only version we found was like really, really bad quality. It was almost unwatchable.
Like I want to say less than 144p. Like, oh my god.
Like we couldn't even hear the words on it or anything like that.
It was crackling out of my speakers.
Yeah, like it was really bad, and we couldn't find another version of it. So maybe
we're gonna spin again.
We're gonna spin again and see if we can, cover something. Maybe when I edit this 7 years from now, I'll come back and we'll do like a short synopsis of it or something and let them know what it is.
Yeah, maybe. I'm spinning.
Yeah, so we're just gonna respin here.
Almost got One Piece. One Punch Man!
Yeah, we're gonna be doing One Punch Man.
Look at that. Do I need to go to the box art?
Yeah, we might as well. I never saw it, so I don't even really know what I'm getting into.
I'm genuinely happy right now. One Punch Man it is.
There you go.
Oh, I'm not reading all that, though. Action, comedy, parody, sci-fi, seinen, supernatural, superpower. Honestly, they could add extra tags. I've seen the first season of One Punch Man.
So, here's the thing. It looks like it's 12 for first season.
12 for the second. Yeah. And then there's a bunch of special episodes and OVAs.
Yeah.
That's weird. Well, there's 5 OVAs for the first season, apparently. I didn't know that.
Well.
The seemingly ordinary and unimpressive Saitama has a rather unique hobby, being a hero. In order to pursue his childhood dream, he trained relentlessly for 3 years and lost all of his hair in the process. Now Saitama is incredibly powerful, so much so that no enemy is able to defeat him in battle. In fact, all it takes to defeat evildoers is just one punch. Has led to an unexpected problem. He is no longer able to enjoy the thrill of battling and has become quite bored. This all changes with the arrival of Genos, a 19-year-old cyborg who wishes to be Saitama's disciple after seeing what he is capable of. Genos proposes that the two join the Hero Association in order to become certified heroes that will be recognized for their positive contributions to society. God, this keeps going. And Saitama, shocked that no one knows who he is, quickly agrees. And thus begins the story of One Punch Man, an action comedy that follows an eccentric individual who longs to fight strong enemies that can hopefully give him the excitement he once felt, and just maybe he'll become popular in the process.
So yeah, that's what we're going to be covering instead.
I'm going to forget when we review it, so I'm going to say it now. There's a fan theory that I'm a big fan of with My Hero Academia and One Punch Man.
Okay.
So in My Hero Academia, in order to pass on Deku's quirk all for one, or one for all, you have to ingest the DNA.
The hair, right?
Well, yeah. DNA, but hair is what they do. So there's a popular theory that Saitama has inherited it, and he is the last one. That quirk singularity has happened with him, and essentially, quirk singularity means they're so powerful they can't be controlled anymore. So One for All can't be passed down anymore because he lost his hair.
Okay.
I don't know, I love it.
So
that's my favorite fan theory ever.
He's the future of
One for All.
He's the last one.
He's the last holder.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't really work. The theory doesn't work that well now because we know there's other quirks inside One for All.
Right.
But it's funny. Which I don't know if you know that, actually.
We stopped at season 3.
Ah, shit, you didn't know that.
So,
oh, well.
It doesn't matter.
One Punch Man.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Bye.